Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining again today. We've got another toy review for you. Oh my dear God, it has arrived. There's no visible markings on this box, but today we are going to be unboxing the HasLab 2 in the Box project, which I backed in August, and it just arrived today. This is basically HasLab's licensed ghost trap and licensed PKE meter props coming together as a bundle sold through a HasLab backer project. I am pretty excited about this, so let's get down to the unboxing. Oh my goodness, this is a big box. We're just gonna have to like dump it. Just gonna dump it. Oh my God, it was like airtight. Woo! All right, check this out. Property of Ghostbusters Inc. Inspected by Winston Zeddemore. Please return all equipment to the storage room. This means you, Peter, Janine. I love it. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, so it's gonna be the ghost trap is obviously the bigger box. Gosh, everything is so airtight. And then the PKE meter is the smaller box. Oh, this is the trap. No, this is the trap pedal and the PKE meter. Wow, the PKE meter is very large in the hand. Like I can just tell you that already. My Ruby's PKE meter, we're gonna compare it obviously. My Ruby's PKE meter, it might be about this big on the top, although it's not as thick, but the handle is way, there's like electronics inside this handle, no doubt, because it's definitely not this big with the cosplay one that I've been using for the last couple years. So, PKE meter. I'm assuming going to be a part of the stand for either the PKE meter or the trap. Let's find out. More stand stuff. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the PKE meter stand. No doubt. Yep. Alright, trap hook. This is for the belt loop for the trap. The trap pedal, which of course will also compare the trap pedal to the trap that I have been using for a long time now. Interesting. Okay, so, and then the leather holster for the PKE meter. So that's what is the contents of the first box. So PKE meter, when cosplayed, of course, will go in the holster. I admit the holster, it feels a little cheap in the quality section. Not bad, but like this is pleather. This is pleather, like very pleather. It's not real leather. It doesn't feel thick like real leather. It's definitely pleather. But looks nice. And I suppose when you're cosplaying, looks nice is what counts, considering half of my armor that's meant to look like metal is made out of foam. So, sweet. Alright, so that's unboxing of the trap pedal. Okay, and this is going to be the trap hook for the belt. So this goes on your belt and then the trap hangs. Let's move this to the side. Let's go ahead and crack into the second box. Camp Wakanda? What is this? Oh, it came with some, like, extra stuff. Like, you know, like little pop culture stuff, bits and bobs. Alright. Okay, so first opening up the trap cable. Trap cable looks to be pretty nice and good, like decent craftsmanship. The trap stand. And the big boy, the trap. It's heavy. Like, it feels heavy. It's heavy. Alright. Some patches. These are awesome. And I'm not entirely sure. Well, these are definitely the sides of the trap. There's no question about that. These, I'm kind of curious. All right, so these are the optional sides for the trap. I prefer the red sides, so we're not going to use the silver sides, but I love that they included silver sides that can be used with the trap. Yeah, that's what I thought. So these are going to be the port covers for the trap and for the trap pedal. It's meant to look like a metal valve port, but it's actually just like rubber. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and stick those to the side. Trap. Sit. Trap sits just like that. That's how the trap sits on the stand. That is super cool. The stand is also really awesome, and not to mention, let's just go ahead and say, so there's these divots where the trap falls into these little like wheel wells, and then these are actually springs. So like when you plug it in and the metal plate lines up and attaches on the bottom, it kind of like slides into place. That's cool. I like that. Alright, so sticking the stand to the side. Let's go ahead and get the trap actually hooked up. Alright, to the pedal. Alright, and to the PKE meter. Everything else can go off to the side, and let's go ahead and open up the instructions manual so we can find out where the battery doors are and what kind of batteries these things even take. Of course, we also have to look at the rest of what is, what came in the package. So, all right, first of all, let's take a look. Ghostbusters Engineering. This is awesome. This is totally going to go on display with my other Ghostbusters stuff. Zedmore Industries. Let's go ahead and hold this up to the camera. Nice. Warning card. Oh man! All right. I was not expecting this. This must have been a stretch goal, and I didn't realize that it was going to be happening because, Ray's Occult Books is the logo on the cards, and these are, of course, Peter Venkman's psychological game cards where you have to guess what is on the card, and if you don't guess correctly, you get shocked. That's awesome. Those are also definitely going to go on display with the rest of my Ghostbusters stuff. I will not be using any of these simply because I would like to keep them, like I'm not going to stick them anywhere, but the fact that they included bumper stickers, dude, is Amazing. I love the fact that they included these. I don't remember what Camp Wakanda is from, though. I'm guessing that's the camp the kids go to or something. Anyway, Raise It Cult Books, World of the Psychic with Dr. Peter Venkman, studio audience, Tuesday at 5 p.m. on Channel 12 WKRR Manhattan. And Stay Puft Marshmallows, quality marshmallows from the Stay Puft Company. I love the fact that they included these. That is just really, really cool. So sticking those off to the side. All right, the 2 in the box. Looks like here's going to be the instructions manual. We'll get back to that in a second, but I want to check out real fast this crazy blueprint. Look at this. They gave us a frickin' blueprint of the trap, and I'm assuming the PKE meter. Yup, look at that, dude. Look at that. I'm just going to leave this up for a second. You can pause it if you want to individually read stuff, but there you go. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Alright, that's a little bit too big for me to display, so that is actually gonna rest in the box. But okay, let's take a look and see where the... Oh my god! Wait a minute, are you kidding me? Hold up a second. Hold up a second. It does something I didn't realize it did. Hold up a second. Oh my god, the trap box slides out. It's... That's actually how you have to do the batteries too. Yeah, the fact that this slides out like this so that you can actually insert it into a, if you had one, prop ecto containment unit is ridiculous. I was really not expecting this, so it is an extremely pleasant surprise that that actually happens. And it's got like a proper, like look at this, it's got a proper like port, right, where it plugs in. Like, that's just, man, that's nuts. Alright, so I am assuming the trap does not need batteries and that everything is... Ooh, it made noise. Well, it looks like the trap does not actually require, the pedal rather, does not require batteries. So let's just go ahead and start messing with stuff. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay, that's awesome. So there's a volume knob here. We can turn the volume up or down. We're going to turn the volume all the way up, of course. And before we like really open it up or anything, I want to, let's see. So this basically says that we can change the animations. This, if we change this is going to change the bar animations. Boy, that is pretty cool. To be completely honest, I think this is the one from the movie? I don't remember. It's either that one or this one. It either builds up the bar graph or builds back the bar graph. I can't remember. But the fact that they have other animations is also really, really cool. Let's go ahead and turn this light off so that we can kind of see these animations a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. So now that we have everything unboxed, let's bring the camera down. Yeah, these are super cool. Wow. Okay, now moving on to the next one. It says trap effects mode, but since we haven't even opened the trap yet, I don't want to mess with that. So let's go ahead and open the trap up. All right, you ready? Oh, it's open. The box is open. Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought it was just going to be like a plate. Like the Matty collector trap from years ago was just like a kind of a frosted, transparent piece of plastic with LED effects from underneath. This actually has like a trap box, like you could stick your hand, like you could stick things inside of, like a smoke machine, which is what we're going to do right now. I'm not entirely sure that this is going to fit in there, because the trap box that I have on my cosplay trap I've been using for a while is apparently just makes noises if you let it sit. But yeah, it definitely can hold this, but it is very tight. So it's going to be extremely tight in here if it fits. Nope. Not gonna fit. So I will have to use a smaller smoke machine, but that's a good reference point because this is a Castronica standard by Wayne's Workshop. Just real briefly, if you have never shopped smoke machines, for a cosplay application, not a professional like on a movie set application, Wayne's Workshop is absolutely the best smoke machine on the market in the world, as far as I'm concerned, for this sort of cosplay, not professional, amateur, just for fun application. But this is very clearly not going to fit inside of this trap box. It barely fits inside of my 3D printed trap box, so it's definitely not fitting inside of here. But for shits and giggles, let's smoke it out anyway. There we go. Yeah. Now imagine what it'll be like with an actual smoke machine inside and like billowing smoke after you've caught a ghost. That is awesome. And of course you close the trap by pressing the pedal, or it auto closes on its own. Now that we have seen what the trap is capable of, let's go ahead and check out the other trap effects, because apparently if we turn this wheel here, man, there's even more stuff too. Service mode? My goodness. Okay, alright, hang on real quick. Let's see what this is. I like that one better. I mean, I don't know about the blinking. The initial sound effect before it opens up, that was cool though. Yeah, so it turns out there's actually only two. I don't like that blinking, but I like the sound effect that kicks on before the doors open up in this one better. So it's unfortunate that you can't really, at least I don't think you can, change the like lighting effects and make it just stay on solid. So that's a little bit of a shame. Plus, I'm going to throw some purple light in there as well. The fact that it's just white light, not a huge fan of, so I'm definitely going to throw some purple light in there. Okay, so we have it on the regular mode. Now, if we turn this knob, apparently we get different ghost sounds. All right, so we have turned the knob. Oh. Well, that was creepy. All right. Oh, this is the little marshmallow men. Little Stay Puft marshmallow men. I like electric static sound. That sounds like the terror dog, if you ask me. That's like your classic Spectre ghoul. I know that's not Slimer, but that sounded kind of like Slimer. I have no idea what that was, but that sounded stupid. And then back to the first sound effect again. So that is really cool. Yeah, I like the electric static sound effect because I feel like that is more indicative of what it would actually be. Now here's the other thing. Before we get onto the PKE meter, there's one more thing that I did not realize, and I just looked at the instructions manual. This is a toggle switch that flips both directions. I flipped it in the direction it would have been flipped on in the movie. On. It actually flips to the off position. Makes a cool off noise. I didn't realize that either. But then, if you flip it to the opposite position, it has a vibrating motor. Now, it didn't just vibrate like crazy or anything, but let's trap a ghost. Yeah, it's vibrating like a little bit. And now let's trap the ghost. And now let's see. Does it vibrate? Well, here's my first disappointment then, because the Matty Collector Trap, which was significantly more expensive than this, definitely had a vibrate function, like where once you, like, shut the trap, it was like... And it, like, visibly, like... It had like an oscillating motor inside because it visibly like shook. Missed opportunity, HasLab. I know you probably would have had to charge more for the trap and the whole bundle had you had a motor that was that powerful in it, but I want to say that this was a missed opportunity. And the trap would have been way cooler had it had that functionality. But the trap is really cool. It is particularly well weathered, considering I generally am very, very harsh on weathering details when it comes to like mass-produced sorts of things. But the trap pedal is actually weathered pretty decently. The trap, not so much. Like, I'm not a big fan of like this weathering because it literally just looks like it was brushed on aluminum, not like cracked and chipped and weathered, which is what paint on a metallic surface like this would do. It wouldn't look like brush strokes. It would like chip with hard edges. So, a little bit less of a fan of the weathering, but we can remedy that with a repaint later on. So this is super cool. Let's move on to the PKE meter. Okay, so the PKE meter, and by the way, patches, you have four separate, oh my gosh. So you have a Ghostbusters patch, turn the light back on as well. Ghostbusters patch, normal. A Stay Puft Ghostbusters patch. I don't know what the hell this is, a gear, like a Fallout gear. That was just the first thing that came to mind. Fallout gear. One, and then a HasLab one as well. This is really cool, man. It's worth noting. Okay, so for the PKE meter, looks like it's going to be simple and right on the back. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this baby on. Oh. So there's different modes. 2 to be specific. I'm not sure. We'll figure out what mode 2 is here in a second. Okay, so once you have it on, you raise the arms by pressing that button. And you close them by pressing that button. Interesting. I don't know if it's just a different light pattern or animation. Well, the screen, though, on this thing is particularly nice. Let's go ahead and turn this light off. Get a look up close. It's really, really, like, top quality. I mean, I've got a PKE meter out there. It's definitely not as nice as this, though. And it's a modified Rubies that I painted and weathered and did some, electric modifications to myself. So the real question is, because this is an Afterlife one, is what does taser mode look like? Let's find out. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right, that's awesome. I mean, that is something else. That really truly is something else. Question is, how do you get it back into normal mode again? Oh, that is... Oh, you can overheat it? If you press it too long, it overheats. Oh, that is... regular mode. It is not going back into regular mode. Oh, well. Apparently it just did. Man, that is something else. Well, let's go ahead and turn this off for right now. And we are going to get a look at both of these items on the turntable. But first, as promised, we're going to be comparing my current Ghostbusters cosplay props to the 2-in-the-Box bundle cosplay props that I'm reviewing right now.
Well, this turned out to be an absolutely fantastic HasLab backer project. I'm glad that I backed it and satisfied with the ultimate results of the campaign. Both items turned out to be great display or cosplay props and make wonderful conversation pieces. As usual, I'm going to go ahead and throw a link to this product down in the description of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know I am doing a good job by giving it a thumbs up and commenting. And if you wish to support me further as a creator, please subscribe and tap that bell to all notifications so that you never miss any future content from my channel. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.